Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Niles High School on a beautiful night for football alongside Jason Cox. This is Brent McNitt, and we are getting ready to start our audio cast of tonight's game. Jason, we're a little bit out of our sorts here. There's nothing for you to screw up tonight.
Well, I mean, I still have to use my mouth, so I guess there's a chance there. But
I won't hold that against you. So we've got the audio cast going on tonight, which means we're going to try to do a few things for you to try to get this all in a format that you can look at it. We'll try to be a little more descriptive than normal, seeing that you can't see what we see. But we're getting ready to do the national anthem, so we're going to go mute here for a second, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so back on, Jason. So we'll do the best we can to describe everything to you here tonight. We've got a beautifully well-lit turf field with the NV for Niles Vikings in the middle. The right end zone says Vikings. The left end zone says Niles. That's moving from Niles in the north to Vikings in the south. Across the street, we've got the visitor section, and we have actually filled it about halfway up tonight. Looks like a decent crowd over there. Behind that, we've got a cloudy horizon to the east, and we are getting ready to play some football. So we're going to try to bring on some of the stuff here that we have to enhance tonight's broadcast. So,
Brent, that was very descriptive.
Yeah, you know, we'll try to be a little bit more flowery than normal as we roll through that. So, Paw Paw is going to kick off. I did not hear who won the toss, but I'm going to assume that we've won the toss and deferred to the second half.
That would be my guess with what's going on.
You know, I mean, there's a chance Niles decided to take the ball to try to set something right off the bat.
Could, but I didn't. I must have missed the indication before the.
I didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
So they did. The Vikings did win the toss. They just announced over the PA system. So, so interesting move here right off the bat. A little gamesmanship from Niles as they're going to go ahead and they're going to receive. Gunnar Goodell's to kick for the Red Wolves. And Gunnar approaches the ball, and we are underway here in Niles. Ball is received about the 10-yard line. That's going to be taken up as a decent run back.
Still on his feet.
And looks like we're going to start that drive at about the 34-yard line.
Ackerman.
So let's see if we can't make that happen. So we're going to start about there. We won't know until after the play how big this square needs to be.
Gage Mabus with the credit for the tackle there, but Austin Ackerman.
So we'll hide it for a second
I believe
until
Campbell
the play
was in
happens.
there too.
So Niles is going to start first and 10. Ball's on the 34. Rucker's at tailback. That's a name you're going to hear a lot tonight. That's going to be a pitch to Rucker. Nice cut off the outside edge. He's met in the backfield, but he's going to pick about
Newell.
5, maybe 6.
Bryson Newell and Ben Newell and Bryson Newell and Ben.
So he's going to pick up
Miller on
6
the
yards
tackle.
there. That's going to be a 2nd and 4. So under center, quarterback going to hand it to Hess, and he's met in the backfield. That's
Campbell.
going to be a loss on the play.
Nope. 20. Cody Connolly with a quick contact.
Play. We're going to get about a 2-yard loss on that play.
Well, we'll be able to know where Cody Connolly is wearing his neon green sweatshirt.
Bear with us on the wonky graphics, but we're going to try here. Out there.
We got third and
So we got third and 5. Going to throw, and that's outside, and that's going to be caught, and that's going to be good for Niles' first down.
Fair on the tackle.
And it's passed complete to number 3, Brandon Olson. Stopped on the play by number 28, Bryson Newell, Red Wolves.
Marinich on the tackle.
Marinich on the tackle.
Gain of 7 on the play. Good number of Vikings first down at the 46-yard
Brent,
line.
we're going to have to tighten up some coverage on these receivers on those third down plays.
6'7".
Still wild.
So there's a pitch out on this side. They're going to try to get the edge, and he's going to get the
Got
edge.
the edge.
And that's going to be another first down for Niles. That's about a 12-yard run there.
Ben Miller on the tackle.
Peyton Gordon and Buell with the tackle.
Number 8, Peyton Gordon, the ball carrier, brought down by number 3,
Landon Buell,
Red Wolves.
he's also listed as number 56.
So ball is now down at the 40-yard line. Niles comes to line single back.
One receiver
In
out
motion.
wide. Right?
That's going to be inside trap. And then Rutgers, oh,
Sonnenberg and
Hess with the ball.
Sonnenberg.
He's going to go over the left side of the line.
Sonnenberg and Miller on the tackle. That's that quick hitter,
Sonnenberg
Brent.
and Miller.
That's that quick hitter that they hit us with last year over and over and over.
32-yard line.
So to the line, Niles going to pitch this one out, 14. Rutgers got the ball. Rutgers through the secondary. Rutgers is down inside the 15-yard line. Ben Miller with the tackle. So that ball goes all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
13.
Ball's going to be about the 13-yard line.
That's a gain of 19 on the play. Good number of Vikings.
Yeah, they turned him.
19-yard run.
They turned him back upfield, Brent, but
Yeah,
inside help wasn't there.
He got through the right side of the line, and he made a nice cutback and got past the initial linebackers, and there was nobody there for about 6 more yards. In motion, pitch out. Got good blocking on the corner. It's a nice play back out
Still
there
a
by
good,
Marinich.
good tackle by Marinich to fight off that block and then
there
make
was
the
a
tackle.
really nice block out there. They're going to get down inside the 10 with that run.
They're about the
Number 8, Peyton Gordon, the ball carrier, brought down by number 26.
Still can't get a first down here, Brent, before the goal line.
Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd and 4.
Run in left side. He's
he's
into the end
wide
zone. Easy touchdown for Niles.
Yeah, Brent, that's, your defensive end has to have that contained, and we bit inside, and he stepped right around it. So they're taking the ball paid off, Brent.
Yeah, and
For
that's
a
exactly what you're trying to do.
fairly quick score.
Is after, and again, Jason, I wasn't here last week, but I got several reports on the game, and after what was a hard-fought defensive battle in the first half last week, not shaping up to be that so far yet in this game.
Ben Rucker to kick.
Got some whistles down there and a stoppage of play.
Penalty on the play.
False. Yeah. Got an illegal procedure by the Vikings, so back them up 5.
They'll retry the extra point.
They're going to retry that extra point, Brent.
Yep, so they're going to kick that again with a 5-yard penalty.
I don't think their guard was very happy because before the whistle blew, Darren let him know he was there.
Yeah, well,
Looks
just
like Paw Paw's
adds,
setting up a block on the right side.
adds 5 yards. Yeah, they tried to get there, but it's no good. It's no good getting the block, but the kick is good. So with 8:13 to go here in the first, Niles marches right down the field, scores 7 points. Like it really wasn't that difficult, Jason.
Well, I mean, this is gut check time for the Red Wolves. We'll see what they can do. They got to answer back here.
So 7-0's your score, Niles. 8:13 to go here in the first. And that kind of happened before we even got combobulated there. So, but you know what, Jason? These are two teams that scored 40 points a game this year. So, both of them. So,
Vikings scoring drive was 8 plays, went 66 yards.
at some point, you're going to see some offense and you're going to see some people. And both of these coaches are excellent game preparers, and both of these coaches got to see the other one last week. So you're going to see some stuff, especially these first couple drives that are scripted. Sonneberg on the return.
Going to take it out to, oh, he's still on his feet.
He's still on his feet and going. Eli's going to get that ball out over the 35-yard
37.
line. So nice return for Eli Sonneberg. So Eli and the Red Wolves are going to start right at the 35. So usual suspects in the backfield for the Red Wolves. You're going to have P.J. DeYoung, Bryson Newell, and Ben Miller behind Gunnar Goodell. Gunner's going to take the snap. Going to hand this one off to Ben Miller.
On the carry.
Ben's going to go into the line and maybe get a yard.
They gave him 2 on forward progress, Brent.
It wasn't a ton, but you know what? We'll take it.
Ben Miller, the ball carrier.
So Ben Miller with a gain of a couple.
51, R.J. Fiedler.
They're not supposed to do that during play.
So 2nd and 8. Goodell's going to take this one. He's going to hand
P.J.
it.
DeYoung.
P.J. DeYoung off the right side, or off the left side this time. P.J.'s going to gain just over the 40-yard line, so going to be 3rd and 5. It's just short of the 40.
Gain of 3 on the play. Bring up 3rd down and 5.
So 3rd and 5 for the Wolves. Not much sledding there on either of those two plays, Jason. 6:59 to go here in the first. 7-0 Niles is your score. In the T, Gunnar Goodell. Going to hand this one to PJ. PJ goes off the left side. PJ's
Got the first down.
good, tough running by PJ
run,
Young, and that's going to be good for a Red Wolves first down.
That'll move the sticks, Brent. They are going to spot it at the 49.
Tackled by number 8, Peyton Gordon. Gain of 9 on the play. Good enough for a Red Wolves first down at the 49-yard line.
So that gets us out to the 49. Comes to the line. Here's Ben Miller on a sweep. He's going to try to get the edge. Ben gets the edge. Ben's around the corner. He's going to go out of bounds and see where they mark him. It looked like he stepped out. They're not going to mark him out. So it looks like Ben's going to get down to about the 35-yard line. Nice run for Ben Miller, and that's going to be good for another Red Wolves first down.
Good run.
Good run by Ben.
They certainly strung it out, but he was still able to break that corner and get that extra yardage.
35-yard line.
So Red Wolves back to the line. In the T, Gunnar Goodell's under center. There's a handoff inside to Bryson Newell. And Bryson's going to pick up about 6. Yeah, it looks like 6.
And just like that, Brent, we are building a good drive.
Well, and, like I said, Jace, this is, these two teams have seen each other before.
Gain of 6 on the play, second down and 4.
Ball's going to be just inside the 30 at the 29. Red Wolves methodical. 5:34 to go here in the first. And Niles jumps, and no flag. No flag on the play.
That's it.
Got about 2.
So 2 yards on the gain, give or take.
2 to go.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Was he in the neutral zone? Yeah, looking over here at the official game camera, looked like he was in the neutral zone, and Niles might have gotten away with one there, Brent.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't go to a replay on that one, so don't have the capability tonight. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long 2. Gunnar Goodell's under center. This is going to go to PJ. PJ off the left side. PJ gets hit immediately, but PJ bounces off in true bowling ball fashion, and PJ is going to be close.
He
should have the first down.
They're marking him. They're moving the
And
sticks.
they are moving the chains for a first down.
Yeah, we may not have replay on our setup here, but I'm sitting next to Luther, who does. So.
Gain of just over 2 yards, good enough for a Red Bulls first down, the 25-yard line.
25.
So Red Wolves at the line.
Still in the tee?
In the tee. That's inside to Newell. Bryson's picking and choosing. Nice run by Bryson Newell. He's going to pick up 7.
Good patient run.
We're going to have to move up higher on the.
Tackle by number 51, R.J. Fiedler. Gain of 7 on the play. It'll be second down and 3.
So 2nd and 3. This ball is going to be handed off to P.J. DeYoung. P.J. is going to go off the left side following Darren Stry. He's going to pick up 2. It's going to be 3rd and short.
DeYoung, the ball carrier, brought down by number 56, Bryce Young. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Need to get the 15-yard line.
Just inside of that.
So coming to the line, this is another 3rd down for the Red Wolves, 3rd and just over a yard. This one's going to go to PJ again. PJ's got a nice hole over there, and PJ DeYoung looks like he's got it by just a skosh.
Yep, they marked they indicated.
So first down.
We're cutting those awful close. I'd like those to be a little more decisive, but we'll take that first down.
You're not going to get it back.
No.
DeYoung, the ball carrier, brought down by number 4, Jaden Ivory.
Sets us up
So
on
the ball
14.
sits just inside the 15-yard line. We're at the 14.
Still in the tee, Brent.
2:31 to go in the quarter. Gunnar Goodell in the tee. This is going to be a handoff to
Miller.
Ben Miller. Ben's going to follow inside.
He's going to be close to.
Ben's going to pick up 2.
It looked like he was closer. He's about
7, Ben Miller,
Yeah,
the ball carrier, brought down number 10.
He followed the trap, but the secondary came through and just blew it up.
Gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll be second down
He
and
had
8.
more progress than what they gave him.
I think so too, but that backwards push, Greg, I think hindered their ability for the spot.
So Red Wolves back to the line. Gunnar Goodell, handoff. P.J. DeYoung off the left side. P.J. is going to pick up maybe, I'm not going to say he didn't pick up anything.
No.
Maybe if he got anything, he got a yard.
I think they gave him about a half yard according to the stick.
Tackle by number 63.
But they had his feet before he was even moving.
So far, Newell's been averaging about 6 yards a carry.
It's 3rd down, Viking fans.
So 3rd down and long
They're
this
following
time,
the no
Jason.
home field advantage rule.
We're looking at 3rd and about 7.5.
Yep, this is a big 3rd
From
down
the
here.
from the wing tee. This is 2 down territory, it's feeling like. That's Newell inside. Newell's going to pick up about 3, maybe 2. They're going to give him forward progress inside the 10.
A whole host of Vikings there waiting for him.
So we're looking at 4th and about 5. And as protected, we're looking at, Jay, I'm not against kicking the ball here. We've run 8 minutes off the clock on this drive, and you certainly don't want to come out of here with nothing.
I would try a hard count.
I don't know that a hard count gets you there. It gets you a lot closer. First time we see the power eye tonight. This can be a pitch to Ben Miller. Ben's going to try to run off, and Ben is not even going to get close. Ben's going to lose a couple yards there, and that's going to turn the ball over on downs. So running to the edge just does not yield any results for the Red Wolves.
Well, we saw that last week, Brent. We had nothing on the edge.
I didn't see that last week. But
Sorry, I will tell you, I saw it last week, and it looked just like that. And the bigger not coming away with points is huge, but the bigger thing is momentum in this game. Well, and turnover on downs is a huge momentum.
I realize that our kicking game hasn't been the greatest in the world, but Dalton's kicked some good, he's got plenty of leg to knock that one through.
I've seen Dalton kick the ball about 70 yards.
Yeah. So Niles is going to take it over 16 seconds to go in the quarter.
Still in their flex wishbone.
Going to hand that one off, and that one's going to go nowhere. So we're going to get actually no gain at all on
Ackerman.
that. So that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. We're going to reset to the other end of the field. They're going to be just outside the 10-yard line. So that's going to take us to the end of the quarter here. And Jason, it's a 18-minute quarter in high school football is almost unheard of. But
we're flying.
Let's meet some Red Wolves. Oh, this is what it is.
Really?
Wow.
Ben Miller, Jr., running back, shout out Mom. My name is Silas Penning, Jr., cornerback, shout out to Jimmy Johns.
My name is Gunnar Goodell, quarterback, junior, and shouting out any Chinese buffet.
Bryson Newell, linebacker / running back, class of 2025. Shout out my uncle Adam, who's slower than me.
Cody Conley, class 25, water boy. Shout out my dad.
So back at it, here we go, moving down to the other end of the field here in Niles.
Final game right here, whether it is or not.
So Edwardsburg with an early lead at Harper Creek is the chatter in the booth right now. So Niles is going to come up with a second down, and it's close to 10. They didn't get much on that first down.
Yeah, I don't think he got anything. He was met immediately.
We got a little tiny graphic on the screen, so we're going to say he got 6 inches, but because we don't want to burn the graphic.
Because it doesn't do 0?
That's right. We don't have the 0 non-existent graphic. So Niles from the power or from the straight eye, that's going to be an option play, and that's a great play by Austin Ackerman. That's going to be a loss of probably
Austin
3
Ackerman
yards.
is on fire tonight. He's been all over the field.
He's been angry all week at practice.
And we're seeing it here. Yep. Scouting report says he was a little angry at practice, and he's carried it onto the field with him.
So there's a loss on that play.
Can you do that with the graphic?
I do. I've got the yellows are losses, so we just got to bring them up.
So
Niles, 3rd and long. This would be a huge play for the Red Wolves right here.
It's going to
They're
the
going
air.
to throw. They're going to air it out.
Out of bounds.
He's out of bounds, and there is no flag on the play. And he's running up here like he's going to mark that ball caught. That wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close to catch.
Yeah, so the other guy, he was going to mark that a catch. Holy cow. Did that guy get some of that famous barbecue that you guys are handing out up here? Holy cow.
I was thinking the white line was out of bounds. Maybe I
Well,
was wrong.
I'll tell you, it was a little bit scary, but the back judge came through and had our backs. If you're interested in being an official, MHSAA.com's got your back.
I thought that was
So
the
Niles
soccer
to
line.
punt.
Yep, Sonnenberg deep.
Eli
for,
Sonnenberg's back.
injured Tate.
Noted Kalen Tate's out with an injury. There's
Line
a
drive
low
punt, low.
kick. Checks
Oh,
up.
check.
Yeah,
Stay away, yep.
Eli almost made a bad decision, but you know what? That's going to be great field position
Start
for the
at-
Red Wolves.
yep.
They're going to start at the 50-yard line.
Looks like they're going to spot it at the 49, Brent. But like you said, excellent field position
Yeah,
for the Red
so
Wolves.
it's just outside the 50, and Red Wolves are going to bring the clean white uniforms for playing on turf. So come out.
Well, and this is the perfect example. You got to use field position to your advantage. The Red Wolves got to
Absolutely,
make it happen.
and you know, right now that was a good sustained long drive. It was a bunch of little tiny plays. I've only got 15 red plays up here, and we used 13 of them. So
Okay, back in the tee.
that's going to be PJ DeYoung. PJ's going to pick up about a yard.
25, the young ball carrier.
So that little blip on your screen is PJ DeYoung's first carry on this drive. That's going to be about a yard and a half.
0-0 and a 1. And a 1. Olivet leading Buchanan.
So we've got Gunner bringing the play in. Second and a long 8 in the tee. Gunner's under center. Just this side of midfield. Miller's going to go off the right side. Ben's going to lean forward, and Ben's going to pick up about 6.
Tell you, again, Brent, you weren't here last week, but I'll tell you what, Niles has stiffened up their defensive front because the push that we had last week was far better than what we're having right now. We are not winning the line of scrimmage. I mean, our running backs are running into a pile of people and having to bounce off.
Well, we've got third down now coming up here, and, you know, we had 4 third downs on the last drive. So going power I this time. PJ and Bryson in front of Miller, and this is going to go to PJ. And he's going to pick. He didn't get quite to the first down, but it's going to bring up a 4th and very short.
Wow, that was.
Oh, that's not a great spot.
Not a very good spot.
Not favorable on that spot. So
the funny thing is the left wing was marking a spot, but that.
Yeah, that was not the.
And neither of them were where the ball went down.
Not the kindest spot for sure. It's going to be 4th and about 4.
Paw Paw going for it.
So Paw Paw again's going to go for it. They're in the eye this time. This is a throw formation. Miller in motion. They're going to throw towards Miller.
It's open.
And Gunner overthrows him. So that's a stop by Niles.
Yeah, Miller had a couple steps on him.
Yeah, it's, you know, that was pretty much telegraphed out of the backfield. Niles had good coverage, but I think if that ball's a little bit lower or a little bit softer, well, either one, I think Ben's able to corral that. But c'est la vie. Here we go with Niles, 8:48 to go.
And now we give Niles back that field position.
They're going to start at the 44-yard line. So, you know, as far as Niles is concerned, this is just a drive. And there's a big break, and he's got a lot of room.
He's gone.
He's gone, but we've got a flag back here at the point of attack. So
looks like a hold.
That was a nice run for a parent touchdown, but it looks like it's going to be holding on the edge, and that's going to be 10 yards the other way for Niles. So we're going to get us a yellow. We're going to start with a negative. 34-yard line.
Well, generally when big plays happens, either someone missed something or there could be a hold.
Yeah, well, and we're going to start going the wrong direction on that one, which is a good thing because he was gone.
There wasn't a question.
That's from the spot of the foul, so the ball will be to 39.
Yeah, so it was a 5-yard penalty is all because of the, and I'll get Paw Paw's drive off the,
Yeah, it helps when the hold's in the backfield, but
First down and 15 at the 39-yard line.
let's get Niles' drive back up there and not Paw Paw's. That's a negative. And that around the outside, and he's going to get most of it back. He's not going to quite get all of it back. And that's going to be where, Jason, about the 48?
48. So second about 2.
So 2nd and 2.
The Red Bulls 48-yard line.
See, they can get outside us, and we can't get outside.
So single back. They'll put somebody in motion. There he goes. And they're going to stop the motion. They're going to check with the sideline. This is a trick play coming. I'm going to hand that one off inside, and that's going to be good for a Niles first down.
Still way too much.
The holes are big down there right now.
PJ had the tackle.
So P.J. DeYoung on the tackle. That's going to be over the 45-yard line.
First down at the 43-yard line.
That's going to take us all the way down to the 43.
Julian Hernandez.
Saw that. Yep. Julian Hernandez checks
So-
in on the defensive line.
Niles under center. I'm going to hand that off this side
Same.
and try to string it out. Nice blocking on the edge. That's going to be good for close to a first down. I think it's going to be
That's that same
short.
play. They faked that little dive and then hand it on him coming around the end.
Ball is going to be at about the 34. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. So 2nd and 1 for Niles. Motion man gets the pitch. He's going to try to spring it out. And he's going to get the edge. And he hurdles a defender. It stepped out of bounds. So he steps out of bounds at the 20. But that's going to be good
Thank
for a
goodness he
Niles
stepped out
first
Out
of
down.
at the 17.
Ran out of bounds at the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 17. First down, Vikings.
So we've got Red Wolves are kind of on their heels here, Jason. 7-11 to go in the second. 7-0's your score. Niles marching.
Yeah, this is a much different game. It was a stalemate back and forth last week, and Niles
Well,
is
that's a good play inside. That's going to be a gain of about 1.
Run down by number 25, DeYoung.
DeYoung was able to get in there and corral him for a short gain.
Tyler cruising in there on the
Gain of 3 on the play.
and I saw Hernandez in there too.
So we're going to have 2nd and 7. Ball is at the 15.
2nd and 7.
Well, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, 7 or 8.
So Niles, handoff.
Fake.
They're going to
Same
try to go
play.
around the outside again. Big hole. Back cuts back in.
And he cuts it
runs
in.
over a safety and into the end zone for a Niles touchdown.
That was not very good tackling, Brent. That's got to be much better.
So Niles is into the end zone. To tackle somebody, you got to be within 3 yards of them.
Well,
And for most of that run, there wasn't anybody that close. Once he got to the end, once he got into the secondary, then he did run over one of the safeties. Didn't see who that was, but.
Brennan Olsen, the holder, and Ben Bruckner.
And we did have this extra point pending. Snap is good. Kick is up and good. The conversation we had on that, Jason, was Kalen Tate is one of our best closing or safeties and steps up in and fills those holes, and Kalen's out tonight. So So with 6:29 to go here in the second quarter, Paw Paw's on the ropes. 14-0 Niles is your score. Going to take down the Niles drive, and we'll get going back on the Paw Paw drive. Started out promising, Jason. We had a negative play right off the bat, and then we had a penalty, and to no avail. It was just like Niles punted the ball to us, and that was a gain of 30 yards for them.
Yeah, yeah, it actually was because, you know, 4 and out.
So 0 for 2 on fourth downs, 14 points. You know, and that's telling the story of this game right now. Long time to go, still 6 minutes, 29 seconds, and we do have big strike capability. I'm
It's like
feeling like it's getting more and more vital that we do something on this drive.
we got Varney and Miller back for the kick.
So the kick is up. And that's going to be Eli. Oh, he's big hole for Sonnenberg. He's going to take that one out over the top of the 50. He fumbles the ball, but he was 2 yards out of bounds once it came out. Great run back by Eli Sonnenberg. And that's what we need, Jason, to get us going here. Big hole down there. Didn't see who opened that hole, but man, I could have almost gotten through that hole. I don't want to get crazy, but that was a nice play for the Red Wolves. And you know, and that's exactly what you talk about. Swings a little bit momentum, get a little confidence with a big play there.
Yeah, you gotta feed off this and start running.
We've got playmakers on this team as well, and you just because they've been held to a couple yards. So in the tee, Gunnar Goodell's going to bring him out. He's going to throw the ball, and he's got a man wide open. Gunnar overthrows him. Baron Marinich was running free down the center of the field, and Gunnar just didn't put quite enough air underneath the ball, and Baron wasn't able to reach up and grab it. Nice play call. Good design. They had the man open. The timing was just a little bit off. So that's going to be second down. Second and 10 for the Wolves.
Yep.
Handoff. This is Ben Miller trying to string it out. There's no room there. Ben cuts it back and maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, it does look like they're going to give him a loss there. So Ben's going to lose 2 yards. And then we're here.
Yeah, we're on the 46 right now.
Yep. So third down and 11, 12 for the Red Wolves. 5:39 to go here in the first half. See what we got going here. We're going to go spread. And we're going to get a timeout, Paw Paw, as the play clock was running off. So let's see if we can't meet a few more of the Red Wolves. Why are these? Something is not playing. Oh, that's why. I got you.
And little Dennis at home. Dalton Ike, junior, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Shout out UPS for the glorious health benefits.
Colin Campbell, offensive defensive line, senior, kickoff, PAT. Shout out my grandma and grandpa, and shout out Cody, his earrings.
Gage Mavis, senior, defensive end, kickoff. Shout out to my moms.
Julian Hernandez, aka Maui, play O-line, D-line. Like to shout out Moana 2.
Tyler Kruziger, I'm a junior, offensive and defensive line. I'd like to shout out Meyer for the generous food selection.
All right, so here we go, back at it. Gunnar Goodell's going to go under center. Red Wolves in a bit of a spread here. Gunner's going to, oh, he's got a man. Nice throw. Eli Sonnenberg with a nice catch and a Red Wolves first down. Gunner didn't have any problems slinging that one down the field.
No, and what a heck of a catch and to hold on to it.
Well, he took a pop for sure. So Eli is down at about the 32. So great play from Gunnar Goodell to Eli Sonnenberg. And they're going to stay in the spread formation. They're going to hand this one off. So Ben's going to go ahead for about a yard.
Miller, the ball carrier.
So the ball is right at the 30-yard line.
Stopped on the play by number 10, Paul Hess. Gain of 2 on the play, second down and 8.
So the Red Wolves are going to come, break the huddle, and maybe they're finding something. They're staying in this formation, Jason. Maybe they're feeling comfortable. Got 2 split wide left, 1 in motion. This is going to be a handoff. Bill Miller again, and Miller goes nowhere. So, Ben is going to, if anything there, he maybe lost a half a yard. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10 again, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, their defensive front knifed through.
So Gunner's under center. We're going to throw a screen pass. He's got some room over there. He's behind stride. He's going to pick up about 7.5. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 3. So 4th and 3 for the Red Wolves. .258 to go here in the half. Red Wolves from the power I, 4th and 3. We're going to get another timeout. And I'll change those as well, since I missed the last one.
That was a good play call.
So that's going to be 1 timeout left. So we've got 2:53 to go here in the quarter. Red Wolves are moving down. Jason had to step away for just a minute, so we're going to put Greg on the headset. So, Greg, what are you seeing here based on last week to this week?
They're having a hard time getting wide on them. They're too quick.
Yeah.
That is our best option.
And and right now we seem to be more comfortable in the spread look. Gunner, that last throw to Eli Sonnenberg was an absolute bullet.
There was no hesitation in that. He just turned around and fired it. And he gets the defense spread out a little bit, so that helps too.
Yeah, and if we can do something like that again, they're coming back, and this time in a straight I formation. It's like Bryson in front of Miller. Eli's in motion. They're gonna They're gonna hand that off, and they're gonna get that first down. Big run for the Red Wolves. Nice design, nice play. And it's almost like they went to the sideline and said, "Hey guys, remember to block," and they did.
That's the biggest hole BJ's had all night.
That takes us down inside the 20 to about the 16.
Gain of 9 yards on the play. Will be 1st and 10 Red Wolves. The Vikings 16-0.
Well, no, that was the best blocked play we've had all night. Everybody got off the line on that one. So we're going to go from the straight I this time. Goodell going to hand this one off. Is that PJ again?
I think so, yeah.
Looked like it. So PJ's going to pick up another 3 or 4.
Tackle by number 71, Chase Brawley.
Can you type in there how to for him to listen to you?
Yeah, just a second.
Gain of 3 yards on the play, second down and 7.
Sorry, we are texting a listener.
Hand off to Miller, up the middle. Stumbled, put his hand down.
Yeah, it's going to be close to a first down. That's a nice run by Ben Miller. They're moving the chains. That's good for a Red Wolf. First down. Thanks for stepping in there, Greg.
No problem. Thanks, Greg. We're called. Sorry. They should know it's playoff time.
That's right. Okay, so back to the line. We've got a 1st and goal, Red Wolves. In the straight eye, this is going to be is that Miller or PJ? I couldn't tell you who's back there.
Miller, the ball
So Ben
carrier.
Miller was back there. Ben's going to go forward for about 3. That's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Tackle by number 51, Fiedler.
So ball inside the 5-yard line. Power eye this time. That's going to be a handoff. PJ is going to go off the left side. PJ is going to pick up a yard.
The young ball carrier brought down to number 9, Ward Cheney.
30 seconds left.
Got 30 seconds to go in the half.
Goal from the 4.
Well, so here it is right here. Red Wolves from the power eye. They're going to, Gunner's going to hold it back. He's going to throw. He's got a wide open. Baron Marinich with the touchdown for the Red Wolves. We're going to put it up there just to show it, but Baron Marinich.
Pulling out things we haven't seen yet. From them.
Dalton Ike back to kick.
Dalton Ike's into kick for the Red Wolves.
To attempt the extra point, number 65, Dalton Eck.
Dalton's kick is up, and it is good. So just so you can see the Red Wolves drive, Paw Paw puts it into the end zone.
We get the ball coming out. I would kick this out of bounds.
So now 14-7's your score. We've got 6 seconds to go here in the first. Yeah, you don't kick this anywhere near anybody. You know, this is one of those moments where you just don't want to tempt fate at all. So we've got the 6 seconds to go here in the half. 14-7 is the score, and you know that was an absolutely monumental drive for the Paw Paw, Jason. You could just feel it that this game was over. You could feel it. It was on the edge, and then all of a sudden the Red Wolves. Eli Sonnenberg takes back the kickoff over the 50-yard line. There's the kick. Just got to cover. He's still on his feet, but he's going to be taken down at about the 45-yard line, and that's going to be the end of that, and that's going to take us to halftime. So what we're going to do here now is we have a recap of the first half of the season. So we're going to put that up there. I'm going to throw up during that an approximate clock that'll let us kind of get a gauge of how long it's going to be until halftime. But I want to make sure I get this playing so that everybody can enjoy this recap. I want to give a shout out to Trevor Tate, as he is the one who did most of the filming on this. And this will run for most of the halftime. So we will be back in a few minutes. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. The clock is not close, but hope you enjoyed that presentation that we just had up there on the screen for you. That's kind of a summary. Most of the games this year, for some reason, Sturgis wasn't posted, so we couldn't get that one. But thanks to Trevor Tate for putting all those together for each of the individual game times and posting them on X so that they were out there. And he was nice enough to share those all with me today so we could put that together and get that out for the final audio cast that we should see for a while, because, Jason, if we win this game, I have a feeling we'll be at home next week. Edwardsburg is beating Harper Creek. So as it stands right now, we could have video back.
Yeah.
We could be back to missing plays in a mere 7 days from now. So we've got 14-7 score here. We're going into the getting too fancy. I didn't even change the quarter in the second quarter. Surprised I didn't get called out on that.
You changed the timeouts though. I appreciate it.
Well, we got to that. I'm going to change those again too. We're now in the third quarter, and we are going to go to back. Let's reset the timeouts. And where we go. So, the good news here, Jason, is we do get the ball to start the second half. Niles, they did mission accomplished. They took it right down the field and scored. And, they almost accomplished the mission of punching us in the mouth and to the point where we wouldn't get up. But then Eli Sonnenberg brings back a 50-yard kickoff return, and all of a sudden, the Red Wolves showed some life on that last drive.
Which was so much needed.
Well,
they were starting to show that.
Eli props twice on that drive because he also caught that bullet from Gunnar Goodell that extended the drive.
Yeah.
And he'll get another opportunity right now, as Eli is one of the triumvirate of Red Wolves who are back. Ben Miller and PJ are back there with him. As we get ready to start here in the second half, 12-minute goes up on the clock. The DJ is still playing his music. But the Red Wolves are going to start. Red Wolves are going to go from north to south. That's left to right. Short kick, and that's going to be fielded by Sonnenberg, and Eli's going to dance up the sideline, and Eli's got a good
little carry.
Return out past the 35-yard line.
Eli Sonnenberg returns the kick for the Red Wolves.
So Red Wolves are going to take over.
Tackle by number 6, Alex Anderson.
Looks like the ball is going to be very close to the 34-yard line. That's right where they're spotting it.
It's 2 yards past the 35.
I thought that too, but they're going to give him 6 inches instead of 2 yards.
Return of 13 yards out to the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Red Wolves.
So Red Wolves are going to start there. Again, moving from left to right across your screen. They're going to come out in the T. Gunner has got Newell behind him, flanked by PJ and Ben Miller. And we're off. Newell up the middle. Bryson gets just corralled. And we're going to get a flag coming in, looked like maybe.
I saw a late flag from that.
Was that a flag or was that something on our sideline?
I couldn't tell. I saw it twice, though.
Yeah, I think that was something off our sideline.
No flag on the field.
So I think they're throwing a ball around behind the bench over there, and or kicking one. So that's going to be a 3-yard gain or 4-yard gain. I'm going to go about there. Ben Miller
with a
going to run.
decent hole
nice
up the middle.
Spin. Miller's going to get 5 yards on that.
Brought down number 51, R.J. Fiedler.
33.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Gain of 4 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
So the Red Wolves are going to come to the line here, needing 3 yards. Going to go in a power I. Gunnar Goodell under center. He's going to hand this one off to Miller. Ben's got a 1st down. Ben Miller with a nice run. That's going to be a 1st down for the Red Wolves.
Moving the chains, Brent.
Gain of 4 on the play, good enough for Red Bulls first down at the Viking 48-yard line.
Then run the ball. 11 guys in the box.
So from the power I, Gunnar Goodell going to hand that off inside to Newell, and that's going to go nowhere.
Nothing.
So he got back to the line of scrimmage, but there's no additional on that one. 9:57 to go here in the third quarter.
Number 9, Ward Cheney.
The left side of our line is definitely the weak side.
No gain on the play, second down and 10.
So no gain on that play. We're just going to leave what we've got up there. Second and 10. Need to get just over the 44. On the
Red
other
Wolves
side
need to
of
find that
midfield.
spark they ended the second quarter with.
Yeah, it's methodical, but we just need to we're going to shift into the T. This is going to be a pass. Gunner's going to. He didn't really have anybody. He throws that one late. He tried for PJ DeYoung, and you know what? Honestly, if he can get him that ball, he's got Stry out in front of him, and he had some room, but
Darren was too. Yeah,
well,
Stry was too far
and
down
honestly, they couldn't get. That's not on Gunner. There was people in the way. You don't want to throw that ball and have a defensive end standing in his own end zone with the ball. So 3rd and 10. That changes things a little bit here. Big play here for the Red Wolves. They're going to come out more on that spread look. So Goodell under center.
Marinich in motion. Oh, no.
He's got a man, but it's high and across the middle, and that's picked off. So Niles is going to go the other way. Big hit on that play right there.
Julian Hernandez made him pay for that.
But that's, the net there is that's going to be a first down Niles on the interception. It was just a high throw. He had a man over there, but the throw sailed on him, and that ends up picked off, and Niles is going to go the other direction.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a tough, even though he had a man there, he was bracketed. And
so that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Vikings. And, again, Jason, let's see, there wasn't as much energy as the last drive of the first half. And it looks like Paw Paw is going to take a timeout. So that's going to take us down to 2 timeouts on the Paw Paw side.
I'm predicting that little handoff to the left side here.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Let's meet some more Red Wolves.
I don't have it. In other area action, Edwardsburg 15, Hartford Creek nothing in the third quarter.
Seems like their rankings were off.
It goes by playoff.
Thought they did away with that.
No, they came back to it.
I know, it's why.
Dumbest thing. They used to be playoff points, got you in the playoffs when they went 5 and 4.
And we're going to go back at it here.
And now they went back to playoff points to get you in the playoffs.
I think.
That's why Lakeshore's in there.
There we go.
With a terrible
Handoff off the left side. That's going to be good for about 3.
Sonnenberg on the tackle. Way to string that
Eli
out.
with the tackle.
Good. And there you go, Brent. That was a good wrapped up tackle, and he went nowhere.
14, Eli Sonnenberg.
Ball is just over midfield.
47.
Gain of 4 on the play, second down and 6.
First time.
So here's a pitch, and they're going to try to get wide. He bounces outside, and he's going to
get the first down.
He's going to get a first down. It's, they had a chance at him, Jason, in the backfield, but they just weren't able to do anything with it.
Colin Campbell, the defensive lineman, went out and got him.
So Colin Campbell on the tackle.
Oh, they marked him short, Brent. It's going to be third.
He must have stepped out of bounds over there. So he's just short of the first down. That's a good thing for us.
I didn't see him winded.
I didn't see him wind it.
Still hasn't won.
Handoff inside, and that's going to be a first down for Niles. So Niles gets a first down on a short carry up the middle. Looks like they're going to mark that just over the 40-yard line.
Call it a gain of 3. That's good enough for a Viking first down at the Red Bull 39-yard line.
So Niles under center. This is going to be a handoff, left side, and he's gone.
He's gone.
So nothing to do there, but watch his jersey disappear into the night. Went through the tackle hole, took one step to his left, and there was nobody there, and off he went.
Brent, the same play they had us on, they faked that little dive. He comes in that reverse motion, and we don't have an answer for it. I have to watch the line play. I'd imagine they're pulling backside tackle or guards to come through and make that hole.
Well, it was a big hole, Jason, and there was no slowing him down once he hit it.
No, he's fast.
Kick is up, kick is good, and just like that, Niles reclaims their 14-point lead to go up 21-7.
Well, so it does look like that receiving the opening kick did end up working for him, because we did not use the second half opening kick.
No, and so again, good call by Niles on that. They got.
And I know you weren't here last week, Brent, but this is where our boys need to keep their heads up. Last week we got in this position and chins were down, and you could see it in the energy.
Well, one of the disadvantages of there being two good teams in the entire area is you don't play them. You don't really get the opportunity to get any adversity thrown at you during the year, And when you're holding teams to a negative 200 yards in a game, you don't necessarily build up that experience coming back. So the good news is this is a senior group of kids, and they've been around a long time, played a lot of football, and they won't break easy. I can tell you that, knowing these guys. So Sonnenberg with a nice return. And the Red Wolves are going to come out. Now, Jason, we're back to where we were in the late in the first half.
Yeah.
We just need to control the football, go down, do what we can do, and put some points on the board. Eventually the defense is going to have to hold. But at this point, the offense needs to step up and get some points on the board. So Goodell brings the play in. We got 7 minutes and 31 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We're in a power I. Ball is right at the 30-yard line. That's a pitch. Miller has got a little bit of room. Ben was close to breaking it, but it's going to be a pickup of about 3. So, yeah, he's going to be just short of the 35, so that's a 4-yard run for Ben. It felt like if he would have stepped through that tackle, he'd still be running. 7:04, 7:03, 7:02. Clock counting down here in the third. Power I behind Goodell. PJ and Bryson up front. That's going to be PJ. PJ gets smoked. PJ went into the hole, and he met the linebacker helmet to helmet, and down he went. There was no bouncing off that one, Jason.
Might have lost half a tooth.
Yeah, he might have lost half of his memory from his childhood in that hit. Rucker with the hit. So Nothing to report on that play. That was no gain, no harm, no foul. So Wolves are going to come back up into the straight eye. PJ's behind Bryson. Eli in motion. They're going to. We got to delay a game. It looks like on the Red Wolves.
Well,
yeah,
that takes away any surprise because they saw the motion.
Well, and you just can't have it at that point.
No, penalties and turnovers were our demise last week, and it's going to be the same thing this week.
So now the Red Wolves back up, and now they're in a hole, 3rd and 11, and this is not the sticks that our offense is built to handle very often.
We're testing the clock again.
Going to hand this one off. Sonnenberg's going to throw it. Lefty throws it down the field. Oh, and it's almost intercepted. He had 2 receivers in the same exact spot. Landon Buell and Bryson Marinich were standing right next to each other. Baron Marinich. And thrown right into coverage. I mean, Eli winged the ball, but it just nothing there.
Well, and Olsen almost came up with another pick.
Yeah, so now we're going to get a punt. So Gunner's going to come in and try to flip the field position on him. And that's a high snap, and he gets it away. So it was
roll.
Terrible bounce for the Red Wolves. So that ball hit outside of the 50, and they're going to get the ball at the 40-yard line. Backed up a good 12 yards on that kick. So, and not a long kick as it were. There was a little bit of pressure. That snap was really high. So, Gunner had to get it up in the air, and he did, and then it backed up on him. So
yeah, I mean, his time was jeopardized quite a bit, having to go.
It's going to be at the 43-yard line, so good spot actually from where it went. Niles is going to start from there, and this is where they're smelling a little blood in the water. Niles is going to throw the ball. He's got a man open, but he's not going to get there. Nice coverage actually out there by Marinich. Barron did not bite on that fake, so there's a positive on there, 2nd and 10. That was a quick change right there, and they were trying to stick one in the end zone and, maybe demoralize the Red Wolves into submission. But instead, it brings up 2nd and 10 and still gives us an opportunity. One thing we have not seen tonight is we haven't seen too many stops behind the line of scrimmage.
No, not on either side.
And they're running downhill again.
So I did watch it this time, Brent. They are pulling both the guard and tackle from the backside. So they're faking the dive, pulling those two, and blowing open a hole. Well,
blowing open a hole is kind of a understatement. They're bringing the entire offensive line out on a cornerback. There's got to be an adjustment made. Somebody's got to set the edge out there. So that's a 9-yard gain. We'll get that up on the screen in a minute. But Niles looking to the sideline. They're going to go up the middle. That's going to get them a first down.
There's that little dive to the left.
Plus
Brent.
a little.
Their other favorite play.
So Newell on the tackle along with Cruzinga. So that's another gain for the Niles Vikings. Going to hand this one off inside again. Same kind of play, and they're going to get all the way to the secondary. That's going to be a gain of 7. So Austin Ackerman and Colin Campbell on the stop. That's going to take the ball down to okay. handoff inside. Same play, same thing. This is, Jason, they did this last year.
They
There's a
did
play.
they did it for like 47 yards last year.
Yeah, this is the same play, and they've run it 5 times in a row. And now they've got 5 straight gains of 6 or 7 yards. And guess what's coming? Nope, this is going to be the same play.
It'd be that one or that fake dive sweep the other way. Nope, same play.
Same play. And that's going to be good for 6. And this is just, guess what's coming? So gain of 7 on that one.
This is what happens, Brent. You get the shame on me, We'll run it till they stop us.
Well, the ball is down to the 10-yard line. Niles, same play. And good for about 6. So this is 6 plays in a row. They've run the same exact play off the same exact hole, off the same exact handoff.
And they're running
dive.
They're running right at Darren, and the defense has to fill in behind him.
And it is the same. We're showing it. Go ahead and stop us. There it is again.
There it is again.
This one's blown dead. Paw Paw called a timeout before the snap. So that takes us down to 1 timeout left. You can hear the frustration from up here, and it's easier said than done. Niles is a well-coached, and they have 2 really good offensive linemen on the left side of their line, and they're pulling a third person through. So now we're in a.
Because they're running it. It's been run over him like the last 19 times in a row.
It's still in a timeout. 3:04 to go here in the third. 21-7 your score. Niles knocking on the door. Chilly night here in Niles, but a nice night. No rain.
He's listed as 33 on the sheet.
And I think Jason, we're going to have to see the Paw Paw start to throw the ball a little bit more than they're comfortable doing. But back to the problem at hand, stopping this fullback dive. If you're going to run something different, this is the play. But they're not. And that's going to be another 3 yards.
Same play.
They stopped it a little bit better this time. That was half of what it was last time. So 2nd and goal. Ball is on the 4-yard line. Actually, about the 3-yard line. What do you think, Jason? Same play?
Well, either that or they're going to rope-a-dope us and go the other way with it.
Nope, same play, and that is in for a Niles touchdown.
And honestly, Brent, that's a demoralizer on top of it.
Well, that's why they do it.
I know.
It's there's no question that's the goal, is to show us you can't stop us. It's why you run that play over and over. They did the same thing to us last year. That's going to be 27-7, and there's an extra point coming. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 2:23 to go here in the third quarter, Niles has just opened opened the gap to 28-7 over Paw Paw. Let's see if we can't get a few more of our kids in.
We got a whole quarter left, fellas.
And we can't because we're, I keep forgetting we're in preview mode, so I can't do that. So, we're going to get set up for a kickoff here. I'm going to get some of this stuff off the screen for you.
Ball
So,
fell off
Niles set to kick.
Had to reset. The ball fell off the tee here, so. Deep
Kick is
kick.
away. That's going to be fielded. Sonnenberg just inside the 10. Eli is going to be back up to about.
Starting to get a little chippy down there, Brett.
Yes, it is. So what do we got? About the 25? 24?
24, they're spotting it.
So Paw Paw's going to take over on the 24-yard line. And now we need some quick scores, Jason. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third. We don't have a choice. We've got to move.
And here's where one of the detriments to running the wing TR is
Wing T gunner going to hand that off to Ben Miller, and they're trying to go wide. And they're just not enough speed to get out there. Ben does a nice run. He's going to gain 3, but he gets to the edge and he's got to beat 3 people. That's not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, when it bounces out that far, that backside line has to be cross-face blocking way downfield, and I don't see them there because that was all pursuit from the corner and the safety.
So from the T, Gunners under center. He's going to hand this one off. PJ DeYoung off the left side, and that's only going to be good for about a yard.
The thing is even when Darren has the hole, their linebackers are filling so fast that there's, yeah, they're. Well, and so the problem is our pass attack isn't there, so they don't have to sit and wait for that pass. They can crash immediately.
PJ's going to come out.
We're gonna get a delay of game.
Yep. So Paw Paw is going to use their final timeout to avoid a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, Red Wolves are out of timeouts now.
So that's going to be the final timeout for Paw Paw, and that's going to bring us down to 43 seconds to go here in the third quarter. See if we got another score out of that Edwardsburg game.
Last I heard it was 15-0.
15-0 still.
So in the fourth quarter, 15-0 is your score. So the Eddies look like they're going to get a considerably shorter trip next week. Berrien Springs also up 14-0 on Dowagiac. Schoolcraft leads Bronson 14-8 in the third quarter. Lawton and Coloma scoreless. That's just prior to the half, so that's not updated.
As you said, they are in the spread.
3rd and 5 for the Red Wolves.
Got a single back.
Single back in the spread. Sonnenberg in motion. They're going to throw this one in route. Oh, and it hit him right in the hands, and he dropped it. So Baron Marinic had a nice route. Really ran a nice route.
Nice
there.
route, great ball. You just got to hang on to it.
Gunner hit him right between the 2 and the 6, and it hit the turf. So I couldn't tell from this angle if the defender's arm got in there or not, but it sure looked like he was about 3 yards away from him. Just looked like a good throw, and he didn't try to reach out and catch that with his hands. He tried to catch it against his body, and it bounced off, and that was the end of that. So good punt this time. They're going to receive that, and they're going to get a hole, and he has got a lot of room. He's going to go out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. So nice punt from Gunner. There was a block right at the point of attack, and that sprung the Niles return man, and he was able to bust through the right side of the return and take the ball all down to the 20-yard line.
We tried to blow up the blocker, and instead of making something happen, you actually broke the runner free.
So the ball ends up spotted at about the 23-yard line where Niles is going to take over. Any guesses?
Yeah. I'd say look at number 63 on the line and watch. Here we go.
This is going to be another fullback dive, maybe? No, they're going to pitch it this time. And they've got some room on that side, left side over here. Nice cutback. He's going to get down inside the 5. Going to go out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That's enough of that.
So 19 yards on that gain. Niles is going to have first and goal.
Now here's the dive to the left.
Yeah, well, you got to run something first, right? So in tight, that is going to be the dive, and that's going to be a touchdown. No, it looks like they blew him down just inside the 1-yard line.
On the half-yard line.
Boy, it looked like sure looked like to me he fell into the end zone, but, you know, we had a bad angle up here.
Ackerman standing in there tough.
So it's going to bring up a second and goal.
And it's going to be the end of the quarter.
And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. So at the end of 3 here in Niles, Vikings up 28-7 over your Red Wolves, and they are knocking on the door for another touchdown here. Edwardsburg has just scored. They're up 22-0 on Harper Creek. So looks like Edwardsburg is going to come out of there victorious in that one. And barring a small miracle, Jason, Edwardsburg is going to be here next Friday night. This is a rough pill to swallow after the outstanding season that the Red Wolves have put forth this year. And really, you know, for the 11 or 12 seniors that we have, the career that these kids have put together. You know, this has been a phenomenal group for the Red Wolves. Maybe one of the best classes to ever go through the school. You know, at least in the top 10.
Harper Creek scored.
And
2-8.
Harper Creek took the ensuing kickoff back in that Edwardsburg game and scored almost immediately and got back to 22-8. So Niles.
That's what happens when we predict, Brent.
Yeah, Niles to start the fourth quarter. They're 6 inches from the end zone. Oh, they're going to try to quarterback sneak, and man, I don't think he got it.
No, he is not.
Bush push.
Yeah, that's a great play by the Red Wolves. Maybe that gets us started.
Quarterback sneak. Stop short of the goal line.
So no gain. If there was a gain, it was an inch. Nice push by big Darren Stry and Julian Hernandez in the middle of that line.
Someone even snuck behind and tried to grab him and pull him back further.
Well, I think that might have been Buell, actually.
Yep.
No, I'm going to hand that one inside. And I don't think he got there again.
So
Red Wolves standing tall.
Number 10 has the ball carrier.
So Stry will not go quietly, is able to plug the hole again. So now we've got a 4th down.
Yeah, now our end's got to be really disciplined because this definitely could be bounced outside.
Well, there's the pitch, and walks into the end zone untouched for the touchdown.
I mean, we knew it was going outside.
So Niles in for the score, 10:44 to go. That's going to make it 34-7, pending the extra point. Ooh, almost blocked. So that's going to take the Red Wolves 35-7 is your score. We're going to try to get, we've been trying all night to get these kids introduced. We're going to get them there before the end of the night.
Ben Miller, Jr., running back. Shout out, Mom. My name is Niles Penning, Jr., cornerback. Shout out to Jimmy Johns.
My name is Gunnar Goodell, quarterback, junior, and shouting out any Chinese buffet.
Bryson Newell, linebacker slash running back, class of 2025. Shout out my Uncle Adam, who's slower than me.
Cody Conley, class 25, water boy. Shout out my dad.
So the Red Wolves are going to receive the kickoff. 10:44 to go here.
Well, let's gut check, Brent. Let's see what we got left in the tank.
Well, at this point, Jason, we've just got to find it. We just got to find a positive play. You know, let's break this down to one play at a time and not try to score 34 points in one play. Eli's going to bring this one back. Nice move by Eli Sonnenberg. Eli's out over the 30 to the 35-yard line. That's where the Paw Paw will take over. Nice return by Eli. Eli's had a good night.
I know, that move right there, that kid might have to see a trainer. That's some ankle breaking out there.
So Paw Paw's going to start. Right at the 35-yard line, heading out, going right to left across the screen. They're going to come out in more of that spread-ish look. Eli's in motion. Gunner is going to hand that one off. That's Miller.
Yeah, we're not sustaining our blocks down
Miller
there.
with a gain of about a yard.
Short gain on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 9.
So 2nd 9's the Wolves are going to come back to the line, more of the spread look. Looks like PJ alone in the backfield. Gunner is going to go out to PJ, and PJ is going to go nowhere. That was a screen pass, and they blew that one up. When PJ has to step over his own offensive lineman who's flat on his back, that screen's very rarely going to work. So that's going to bring up 3rd and long. Yeah. I feel like Connor Stallions might be here tonight. So Gunners under center. 2 wide receivers, bottom side. Gunner's going to throw. Got a slant. Sonnenberg off his hands, and that may be intercepted.
They are going to call it an interception.
They are calling that an interception. So hit Eli, he had to go up for it. It was a high throw, and it hit him in the hands, but a high up in the hands, and it went, 15 yards in the air, and Niles' safety was able to run underneath it, so that's going to give Niles ball first down inside midfield. 9:03 to go here in the ball game. Paw Paw with no timeouts. Edwardsburg scores again, 29-8 your score out of Harper Creek. There's 6:25 to go in that game. That 9:03 to go here is a pitch to the outside. He almost falls down, breaks a tackle, and he's gone. Unbelievable. That was just 2 broken tackles, and their fastest player goes down the sideline for a 48-yard touchdown, and it's going to be 42-7 when this extra point goes through.
We're going to start running the clock.
Yeah, we're going to go into a running clock situation.
So we will be at tips, timeouts, interceptions, penalties, and scores.
I can tell you, Jason, and this is, I wasn't here to see it last week, so I don't know what happened last week. So it doesn't really bear on my thing. This is a good football team.
This looks a lot like last year, what we faced. I will tell you, last week, it was a slugfest until about the third quarter.
Yeah,
and
this is a good football team. And I'll tell you right now, the winner of this game probably wins this entire region.
Definitely the district. I think if Edwardsburg ends up playing Niles will definitely be able to match.
Well, the thing is, the other district, whoever wins this game is going to have home field if Edwardsburg wins that other one, and they're going to have home field through the entire other half of that district too. So, this is not an easy place to come in and play.
No.
It's a fun environment. The students in the crowd here are loud. This is someplace they're very confident here. Their chairs are hard.
You're just mad you lost your comfy chair.
I did lose my comfy chair.
That's what happens when you gloat.
And the only thing that makes me a little sad is I was kind of hoping I was our good luck charm and I was the problem last week that I wasn't here, but it's not playing out that way tonight. So 42-7 is the score now. Niles kicks off. It's not a good.
Again.
It's not a good sign when Eli's got over 100 yards receiving with no long touchdowns.
Because we've received too many kicks.
Yeah. So 8:35. Now the clock is running. We don't have any timeouts to stop it anyway. So.
No, I mean, kind of got to sling the ball anyway.
Well, this is where it hurts you. It's hard enough to come back with the point differential, but you can't stop the clock even on an incomplete pass now.
No, that's true.
The clock's going to just keep continuing to run. So at this point, again, win the battle. Win the one-on-one. Win the battle at the line. Get 3 yards. Get whatever. And then we go from there. And there's a small win for Ben Miller. That's
Miller.
A 4-yard gain.
And I mean, I'd almost be sending in Goodell with 2 plays and lining right back up.
Well, and you know what's funny? And we have not had that issue all year long of not getting the plays in on time. It's never been an issue for us all year. And all of a sudden tonight, 2 delay of games and 2 timeouts that we had to take because of it. So from the wing tee, Handoff. Miller is going to try to string it out. Nice
Miller
play.
with the first
Good
down.
positive run by
There you
Ben,
go.
by Ben
Brent,
Miller.
there's your positive play.
So it's first down for the Red Wolves. Haven't had many of the howls tonight. Ooh. Hit that first down again. And I can't get that to. So there's going to be a run off the left side.
P.J. DeYoung.
P.J. DeYoung with
about
that
5
carry.
or 6. 5.
Brought down by number 14, Sam Rucker, and number 24, Elijah Norris. Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd and 5.
Clock continues to run. 6:17 left.
So Gunner is under center. Oh, nice adjustment by Marinich. Baron Marinich is going to come up with that.
Wow.
So there's a nice play.
And even the Niles folks up here are talking about a missed face mask there on Marinich. No, I heard you. I heard like 4 of you. I'm like you. I
So
tell
nice
you.
play
I tell it
there.
like I see it.
Nice play there. You know, win the small battles from the tee. There's a pitch. Ben Miller
Yep.
just tripped up.
Yeah, I mean, he just one high step away from maybe breaking a couple more out of there. He had a decent hole.
.506 to go.
Red Wolves showing a little life here. It's good. The play clock's not working. Watch the
Red
back
Wolves
judge.
coming out of the huddle. We're going to go with a straight eye. That's
P.J.
P.J.
DeYoung
DeYoung off the right side, and that's going to be good
About
for
gain of 2.
maybe 2.
The young, the ball carrier, brought down by number 34, Max Rucker. Gain of a yard on the play.
Third and 7, 4:09 to go. Goodell's going to try to throw it. Gunner's in trouble. Ooh, that's not a good one. So that's Gunner Goodell took one and we got Niles player down with his helmet off. But that was a.
I don't think
in college he's
Goodell
kind
of fell into him. It was a head-to-head contact, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
spearing
I'm
per
telling
se.
you, in college, he's sitting the first half of the next game. But this isn't college, and like you said, this is. I don't think it was dirty. Don't think it was malicious.
No.
I think it was a circumstance.
Nope.
But at the same time, face mask to face mask is a ugly thing.
I'm not sure what happened to the Niles player. His helmet was off, but I don't know if he was off because he was in pain or if he got knocked off.
He was pointing at his
I saw
lower
him pointing
leg.
at his right lower leg. No, you're out the first half at least.
I think in high school you're out the whole game. But I don't think there's technically no such thing as targeting in high school. It would be a personal foul and with unnecessary roughness ejection.
But I find that far different than him. He didn't come in leading.
Yeah,
he fell.
That
he fell
did
head.
not. Yeah, that play didn't hit that.
They might wave the flag.
Now. Yeah,
we're gonna solve the world's problems too.
In college, he would have definitely.
Wow. I am surprised it's targeting. Luther's got it down
Well,
here.
unfortunately, the replay cost $1,500 to the MHSAA, so
we went with the cheaper license.
Yeah. Yeah, $1,500 to stream to the 30 people who are still watching.
Lakeshore, St. Joe 26, Lakeshore 0.
So St. Joe's going to beat Lakeshore tonight. That's the report from up here. We still got, now it's a little joking going on, but it's getting a little more serious now that you've got a Niles player down here that's still not moving. He's moving, but he's not. His legs definitely.
He was in a lot of pain. I think that's why he had his helmet off.
And you certainly don't want to see this in any game, but especially in a game that's already out of hand.
Wow, I didn't see this coming. Constantine beating Parchment.
Finally. Really got it back up.
I noticed and it was running.
So we're going to, looks like this isn't a good sign because it looks like the aircast is coming.
Aircast, yeah.
That's what it looks like. 77.
Yeah, I think she's getting an air cast. Nope, she's not.
Well, she's putting it back. Or she's getting a bigger one.
Not Chase, right?
He needs the lineman size, like.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's. Not sure what we got going on.
There's
down
Mom.
there. All right. She can't. The trainer can't seem to find what she's looking for down there. But Mom's out on the field now.
I'm afraid. Hopefully, we're not seeing a tib fib. It was down low.
She's got her hand right around just above his ankle.
Well, he was in very much pain. He was writhing around and he was pointing at it. So I just got a call up to the booth for a cart. So that's not a great thing either.
Riley's out.
The injured player is number 77, Riley Cowan.
That's our fourth offensive lineman out.
He plays both ways too, doesn't he?
So we
plays some on defense.
So we've
I
got
thought
the
I
cart
saw some
coming out
last
on the
week.
field. You can't see any of that. We're going to go in because we just don't have any other stuff to do. We're going to meet some more Red Wolves.
Oh, hey. Darren Stry, senior, offensive tackle, defensive end, long snapper. Shout out Grandma Judy and little Dennis at home. Dalton Ike, junior, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Shout out UPS for the glorious health benefits.
Colin Campbell, offensive defensive line, senior, kickoff, PAT. Shout out my grandma and grandpa, and shout out Cody, he has earrings.
Gage Mavis, senior, defensive end, kickoff. Shout out to my moms.
Julian Hernandez, aka Maui, play O-line, D-line. Like to shout out Moana 2.
Tyler Kruzniga, I'm a junior, offensive and defensive line. I'd like to shout out Meyer for the generous food selection.
Austin Ackerman, junior, offensive line and outside linebacker. Shout out to Dalton's 2 left feet.
Cody Simpson, senior, offensive tackle, defensive tackle. Shout out Colin, you got fluffy hair.
Eli Sonnenberg, junior, wide receiver, DB. Shout out Baron Marinich, partner in crime.
Kano Tate, sophomore, wide receiver, safety. Shout out Emma Penning.
I'm Cameron Armijo. I'm a junior running back, and I'm shouting out Mr. Gaffrey.
My name is JJ Varney, 2026, wide receiver, running back, and safety. Shout out my Chicos at Home Depot.
Yep. I'm PJ DeYoung. I'm a running back, senior, and built by McDonald's.
Okay, man.
All right, so we've got a little bit of an update here. They're putting him on the cart. He does have an air cast on, but he was able to hop himself up on the cart.
We are so thin. You
So
guys got play next week?
we'll see.
There's about 25 of them over here that would love to play next week.
Let him play. You gotta,
Can't play.
that's bullshit for him. He didn't choose to switch schools just to play.
No, you can't play. Yeah.
That's a bad thing by the flipping it off.
So they're going to pull him off the field here.
They need to lower the suspension on that, man. It looked like it was going to roll to the side he was sitting on.
So that cart is definitely not
My
built.
boss is a big guy, and that's where he
Definitely
sits on
as
that
a
side.
show cart, not a go kart. So targeting was called on that hit on Gunnar Goodell. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Red Wolves. So they're going to start this with that penalty. This ball is going to be just inside the 20-yard line.
Red Wolves in the tee.
Gunnar Goodell is going to
Gunner's
try to
keeping
get
it himself.
the edge. And Gunner's going to pick up 3 yards. We just don't have the speed to get that edge. We're doing a lot of running to get 1 yard and 2 yards. 3:16 to go here in the game.
Well, and we're taking 20 seconds between each play.
Yeah, it doesn't, I mean, at this point.
I mean, well, the thing, yeah, it's not going to make a difference. But in a close game, you got to have a plan for urgency. And, I haven't seen that.
There's a pitch. That's Miller.
Ran right into the pile. I'm also not seeing, I'm not seeing that patient running. That's one where he needed to probably cut it up.
Yeah, no, he went right straight into the linebacker there. 2:35 to go. And it's starting to set in.
Yeah, I think this is not the team we've watched all year. We're out of sorts right now.
So to the line, Red Wolves going to bring it out in the power eye this time. Goodell under center. Gunner's got a wide open receiver, and that's going to be a touchdown. Looks like
DeYoung, or is that
Landon Buell.
Oh, Landon Buell.
Landon Buell with the
wide
touchdown.
open.
So nice play there, and that's going to give something positive there.
Dalton Knight coming out to kick, looks like.
That's not the score. That's clock, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to give him a touchdown on that. That's definitely a touchdown, Red Wolves.
Back to a regular clock.
Yeah.
And I don't know if
Dalton Knight is in.
Good snap, good hold, good kick.
Is up.
Oh! Doinks off. Doinks off, but makes it in.
Gets the kick to go, and that's going to bring back the.
Way to make it interesting, young man.
Bring down the running clock. We're in preview mode, and I just realized we did not get that touchdown, so we're going to give them that touchdown. Got to use all those graphics one more time.
Say you paid for those fireworks.
That's right. So Edwardsburg has beaten Harper Creek, so it looks like the Eddies definitely will be down here next Friday night, and Edwardsburg and Niles will battle it out for the district championship.
So it's for sure they're coming here next week, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Niles is going to have their second chance to go back to back.
Yeah, and this is a good football team.
They were a very good football team last year, and they continued it.
And I hate to say it, but I don't think we've seen their best. They've got speed. They've got,
we're hearing up here that they're missing some of their linemen too from injuries and.
Correct. And their best lineman was ruled ineligible for the playoffs.
Yep.
So to me it sounds like the Red Wolves may have played an outstanding game for most of the game last week.
Oh, and it was, Brent.
To hold this team to that kind of a.
It was a completely different game. It's about time for Gage Mavis to light something up here. Let's see what happens.
There's a kick. That's going to go out of bounds.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that ball started at 35, and we're going to see 2 or 3 fullback dives. And depending on how many yards they get, let them right off into the sunset. So, Jason, another year looks like it's coming to the close here real quick. I've enjoyed every minute of it. This has been fun this year. Any thoughts on the season?
Well, I think, I think you mentioned a little bit earlier, it is a little frustrating. I think Niles is facing the same thing. We play in a conference that there isn't a whole lot of preparation to get into this big game situation. Even our out-of-conference we played against when we were up in Big Rapids, it just, that was a blown-away game too. So, take nothing away. This is a good football team, a great group of seniors out there leading. Just unfortunately come up short here in the playoffs.
Well, and I think that's going to be the takeaway from tonight is when you look at this, and they're going to just take a knee, 2 minutes to go. When you get a game like this, it's a horrible ending for a senior class that's had a fantastic career.
So, Brent, that's the thing about the playoffs. It's terrible. You got to win a state championship or it's your last game.
Yeah, and this is, they're going to do a lot of searching over time to try to figure out what they did wrong, and the answer is they met up with a team that played better than they did tonight,
Yeah.
And that's a tough pill to swallow, and it's not something you're going to be able to swallow in the short term. But these kids can look back on the 4-year run that they had as Paw Paw Red Wolves, and they can be pretty proud of what they've accomplished.
Oh, absolutely.
And we're pretty proud of them for what they've accomplished.
Yeah.
So, that's four losses in 2 years, and all of them to Niles. And you also got to think about some of the things that this team did to get the monkey off the back. They beat Edwardsburg for the first time in 12 years, 13 years. So this was a gradual climb to prominence for this team, and now we've got a foundation for future teams, and a bar is set pretty high. So,
well, and I think that that it's going to probably continue to be the same things.
Sure.
These
and
two
it's
teams.
It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long month. It's going to be a long year for some of these kids. But you know what? At the end of the day, Jason, they're going to be able to look back and say, I was on that team.
Yep, for these seniors, we wish them all the best. It's been my pleasure, and I'm sure it is yours too, and Greg, to watch these young men grow up and play. And we'll be back at it next year, hopefully.
Yep, and that's the plan. So from Niles, 42-14 is your final. We are going to go off the air, wishing all of the Red Wolves fans and all of the Red Wolves Network fans a great off season. We will see you back next August.